My name is Ayodeji. So tonight I'll be talking about data analysis. So like I said earlier, my name is Ayodeji. So who is a data analyst? So a data analyst is someone that collects, organizes, and study data to provide business insights, just as simple as that. So we'll look further into the roles of a data analyst. So we see one of the first roles is to identify, collect, and migrate data. So it depends on the kind of data or the kind of information your client or your organization needs. So you have to identify the data to collect and where the data is. So how to move it, how to migrate it to yes. So some data as we go on would uncover this. So the next one is you have to manage, clean, abstract, and aggregate. So some of those data, they might have some unnecessary information that you have to filter and things like that. You might have to do some addition, subtraction, and things like that. Some other use some kind of formulas. So that's where this come into play. So some of the data you might have to you might have data in different tables, so you have to manipulate this data and link them. So you might have some data, say for example, I want to know about sales of some products, and also I want to know about the people that are involved in marketing this product or selling this product. So these things can be on different tables because most times you can't put them on the same table because it will be so much data. So you have to find a way to link them. Also, you might be working with someone that is not exactly in your place, and you have to, the person has to, you have to give that person the data or show the person something. So that's another way that you might need to link data with someone else or things like that, or link from database and things like that from from a database to a visualization tool. But we'll look into that for when we go further. Yeah, so you apply tools and techniques to data analysis. So some of the tools for visualization, some could be for some of the techniques could be maybe the type of visualization that you need. Sometimes you might need to do like cluster analysis. Sometimes you might just need to do the cleaning. It could be the visualization itself, maybe like a graph or a map, or it could be A and B testing, maybe like you're comparing two products and things like that. So that's what this is just about. So then you have to summarize and present the data, that the insight they have gotten from the data. So the information you get from this data, you have to pass it across to people or your client or your organization. And it has to be in a way that they will understand, because that's why they are giving you the job. They don't understand data, so they want in simple language. So you have to simplify it as much as possible. So that's just these are the roles of a data analyst. So so the importance of a data analyst. So to gain greater insight into target market. So it could be, like I said earlier on, it could be maybe you want to find out about a product, you want to find out about the weather, it could be anything, or you want to find out about why people, maybe for example, maybe tourist area. Now, which tourist area is the most visited? Why is that one the most visited, and things like that? So you can have data where you can use to identify these things. So say enhance decision-making capabilities. So let's say, for example, like I said, tourist, and you want to go, you're wondering which area do you maybe is, based on people's opinion, based on the most amount of the one with the highest visits. You can use something like that to make your decision, or maybe product, or sometimes I know some of us will go and check a review of a product before we buy a product. So that could be a form of data, but that is a qualitative data. So it is more like text kind of data. And they do this rating. So it's 1 to 5, so you want to look at that. You can also use that as a numeric kind of data to check on that product. And that's just an example. Yeah. So create targeted strategy and market campaigns. So let's say, for example, now there's a particular product that you want to, maybe you did a particular campaign for that product and you want to find out if that campaign was really working. So one of the things you want to know is where the customers, say for example, got an idea of that product. Is it on that website where you did that campaign, or where you did that, or the strategy you used, or and things like that. So that could be one of the things that or you want to know how to improve on that strategy, so you can have data on that too, which you can use to analyze. Then improve operational inefficiency and minimize risk. So like I said, the more you know about your business, the more you know about the challenges and the pros of your business, the more you can manage your risk and improve efficiency. So identify new products and services opportunities. So that's also fall in line with what I've been saying earlier. So I'll just move on to the common soft skills required for as a data analyst or for data analysis. So identifying trends and patterns. So you must be able to, while you are looking at your data, you must be able to identify the trends and patterns within your data. Okay, it looks like, okay, say for example, maybe you're looking at two products and you're looking at the timeline of how the sales is going. Maybe you have like a line graph or something. So you should be able to know, identify these trends and patterns. You must also be able to communicate with data. You must be able to understand data and communicate with data. So what I mean by that is, first, you yourself, you must be able to understand the data. Now use it to communicate with people. Aside from that, also you'll be working with other maybe data analysts or other because you're working closely with mostly decision makers. So you must be able to communicate too with them in their own in simple language, right? So, and if you're working in a team too, you must be able to communicate with your team, right? So data management. So you must be able to manage data. There are data ethics and codes you must know. Like maybe, for example, you must be able to maybe, like, for example, coding the names of the people, and things like that. So that the data they are releasing does not, you don't release people's information out there and things like that. And also, in the real sense of managing data, you must know how to manage your data effectively. And then the data modeling, cleansing, and enrichment. So yeah, so that's what I kind of like mentioned that earlier, where data modeling, cleansing, and enrichment. You're just cleaning your data and modeling and things like that. Then data quality assurance, validation, and linkages. Yeah. So then data visualization, then numeric analysis. These are like type of visualization, maybe graph, maps, and things like that. Numeric analysis could be addition, subtraction, and maybe like some formulas and things like that. Then logical and creative thinking. So you must be creative and you must be logical when it comes to the analysis of your data. So you don't just go with a mind that this is what it's supposed to be. So you have to be creative and logical, and also in expressing the visualization to you. Say for example, maybe you want to show the most sales according to region. So sometimes you can use say for example, a bar chart, or also you can use a map to show it. So you look at the one that that based on your creativity, you can know based on the one that you feel is best to communicate this information to people. Then statistical method and the data analysis. So you must also have the knowledge of statistical methods, like for example, like mean, media, standard deviation, and these things. So you must know the meaning. If you say standard deviation, so we are saying, like, if you have a set of data and you do like the standard deviation, what it's just saying is like the deviation of those data sets from the mean. Say for example, just give an example. So you have to have that idea. You have to know it. It is one of those things that will be very, very useful for you as a data analyst. Then common technical skills required as data analyst. So we see here you have visualization tools. So you one of the things which is very common is Microsoft Excel. So you must be able to use Microsoft Excel at least to intermediate level or even advanced. Then Tableau, and Power BI. So then database. So you must be able to take extract data from the database or write queries to get what do you call it to get information from databases. So one of those things that you use is SQL. Can use Python or R. Then some of the techniques, you must know how to clean data. You must know how to visualize data, cluster analysis, time series, and these are different types of techniques. And I talked earlier, I talked about the A or B testing. So that's one of the techniques. So also you must understand data ethics and privacy. Like I said earlier on, you don't just put out the information out there. You must be able to, code this information within your data. Then report writing, you must be able to give a report on the data, on the insight that you have gained on that data, and how it can improve the business, because you are giving this to stakeholders to make business decisions. So you must be able to do that. Professional level in data analysis. So you have several professional level in data analysis. You have the associate, the mid-level data analyst, senior data analyst, and principal data analyst. Of course, they all have different roles. So as an associate, is like the entry level, and yeah, so just like that, within depends on the company that you're working with. So yeah, so I'll just go. So industry and sectors. So you can work in the finance, healthcare, e-commerce, marketing, government, tech, even education. So yeah, so we need data everywhere. Even generally as people, personally, if you want to go out of your house, there's no how you not check the weather. So you check the weather, especially in the UK, yeah, or in other cold region. You check the weather, or if you're even in Africa, you check if it's going to rain. That kind of a thing. So you know how to prepare yourself. So yeah. Then we look at the average salary of a data analyst in the UK. So we can see the average salary on this note is 444,000. Yeah. So then I checked one other one too. So it says the average here is 41. The minimum is 25K and the maximum is about 80K. So that is me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adeji. Thank you.